is our first birthday. Bittersweet. We have to sort of do some tearing down tomorrow, but we're here to stay. Stone Soup's not going away.
If I miss the 7:10 or the lunch, this is my last resort, and they're always here. And I'm glad.
These people need somewhere to go to eat. Some of them can't eat at the Salvation Army because they're barred for whatever reason, or they're barred from the 710 Club. Excuse me. They can come here and they're treated like human. And that's the whole thing. A lot of people shun them because they're homeless. You can't do that. They're human beings.
Stone Soup provides an invaluable service to not only this community but the entire city.
My name's Laura Huntz. This is my son Sebastian, and this is my daughter Cadence. And Sebastian is in grade 3 class at Park Avenue Elementary School.
And we somehow raised $450. With the extras, we gave it to you. We bought some food for you guys and gave it to you.
What are your thoughts on this special occasion?
It's a special occasion. Didn't think we'd make it 1 year, but we did.
I think it's important to feed people and for everyone to work together. All men are brothers, all women are sisters. And right now, Stone Soup is independent, but there's hundreds of people behind this. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes. People have been very generous donating and raising funds and raising awareness. And I'm very thankful. I'd like to say thank you to everyone, and thank you for your support. Thank you for this continuing. We have serious, awesome musicians here. Jerry Barnum's played a lot, and every time we have a party, we have all-day musicians. And the neat thing is, the last time we had our Christmas party, what was Christmas called? Christmas on the Street? Christmas on the Street. We've done that how many years in a row? A couple of years? You know? 4 years, Christmas on the Street. And I put the word out for musicians to come down, and everybody shows up. No one ever says no. And it's totally volunteer.
Let's look. If we look at this sign right here, I mean, there's plenty of corporate sponsors and construction companies that renovated this. This wasn't just Joe Blow and Uncle Ramus down by the docks building all this stuff. No, this was actually legitimate construction companies.
Coastal Creations is here helping us. We have Bilo, we have Fairway Markets, you name it.
Absolutely.
And every day it's more and more. Just had a phone call, ladies donating a whole bunch of items more.
So you got a lot of support, it sounds like.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I'm here to support the whole movement. I worked at a homeless shelter on Townside Avenue for 5 years, and I got to know a lot of the street folks. They call me Am, after Judi Dench on the James Bond movies, and I'm quite proud of that. And so I know most of these people that are in here tonight, and this is a great need that's being filled. And no matter what political ilk you're on, you got to get above it and get spiritual, because this is all about caring for each other and spirituality in our own hometown. And that's basically why I'm here tonight.
What was it like in the beginning?
It's a lot different than now.
Yeah.
Yes. It was nice portable setup, like Kent's, but not like this. It's come a long ways.
You like coming here?
I do, very much so.
How are the meals? Meals good?
Very good. Like not just homeless, it's other people that don't have a lot of money coming in. They use and utilize other things like the Sally Ann and stuff like that and the 710 Club, but you have Stone Soup at night. Like a lot of people come here.
My name's Cameron Clark.
Pleased to meet you.
I have NATO and top secret clearance. I worked on projects for our military. Yeah, I put together the first combat system course for our naval officers for the frigate. And I worked for Hughes Aircraft. I worked on 2 aircraft control systems.
They used to get like anywhere in between like 200 and 400 people sometimes. That's a lot of people.
In one night?
In one night.
The best part about working at Stone Soup is like the manners and the respect that these people here give to us.
What inspired you to come and volunteer here at Stone Soup?
Desiree?
Really? What's the best part of Stone Soup for you?
Company.
Good company?
Seeing Doug and Tanya and the dog. They're very nice people. They're warm and welcoming to all.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like them to know, yes. And people shouldn't judge other people until they've actually tried something themselves. That's what I'd love to say.
Talk a little bit about how things are now. What's the status of Stone Soup?
Oh, Stone Soup is up and running. It's been running. We haven't missed a day, even though we've had lots of headaches. But outside that, no, it's doing good. Numbers are climbing every night. A lot of new faces coming through. But no, I think we have complied to everything that the city wants. If they would come around and check, would be really nice. But I'm very happy to say, no, Stone Soup is here to stay. And as you noticed, the soup came in for today. 10 lovely buckets. They got eggs, they got salad, they got, I'm even not sure. I think they're going to have turkey rice soup tonight, one of them.
So why are you volunteering here, sir?
To help the homeless.
What kind of work are you doing?
Construction work.
Tear down.
Mostly demolition right now.
We're right on the ground. As you can see behind me, we moved our floor off the pallets and we actually have press board. Then we have a layer of plywood on top, which is strong and sturdy, and it's going to stay that way. Technically it's our own private outdoor patio, and we have a kitchen area, or not a kitchen area, a serving area. Let's make that clear. Hey, Polly. Hi. So yeah, so they can come any night they want to eat, or anybody wants to come down and check out Stone Soup, please.
What's going to be happening next then?
We're going to be doing a little rebuilding soon, not construction-wise, but we're going to be putting a fence in, and we're going to be putting asphalt, which Brent will be helping Doug and the company put in for us.
This all has to be graded,
Yeah.
and then they will lay the asphalt down, and then put the 20 by 20 tent up.
Which we're dearly missing right now.
Who are your donors? The individuals donate?
We have individuals donate. We have Fairway right now. We have Bilo. Reaching out to more in the community because we're growing more and more every day. We're not getting small. It's getting bigger and bigger. So, Mama. Give a smile to that pretty purple shirt. This is our cook.
My name is Gayleen Singer, and I'm lead cook down at St. Paul's Church for Wisteria Association Stone Soup. We try to put out 10 to 12 buckets of soup a day because we're feeding about 160 people a night right now, and it's climbing.
Can you talk about the people who work with you?
Oh, my crew is fantastic. I have volunteers. Mondays are wonderful. We have approximately 10 people that help me on a Monday. We come in and we have a system of, they tease me, it's stations like in school. I set up potatoes, carrots, mushrooms, onions, and everybody comes in as they get there and they just go someplace and start cutting up because they know what I need. And in the meantime, I set up the 10 burners and the ovens and get things going, and I can just go over and pick up whatever I need and dump it into the soups. And like today, we did 12 buckets today. Oh yeah. Can somebody give Trish a nice big bowl down the river? Thank you, Dusty. Yeah, let you hear it otherwise. Dusty is delivering our big Monday morning order from the grocery donations.
So where does all this produce come from?
Well, we got a box from Fairway and the whole trailer load from Bilo today.
Wow.
Oh, thank you. All right.
Oh, goodness sakes.
Told you there was lots.
We have some goodies for our snack. Oh yeah. And one of the first things is having to separate so that I have the hard workers down here getting everything prepared so I can get the soups going. But in the meantime, I separate it so that when the rest of the volunteers arrive, they know they've got things to do.
How did you guys come to volunteer with Stone Soup?
We found it through our friend Shelley, and we I support Kelly through CLBC in a program, and so we really like to help people and volunteer for things, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let you hear it otherwise. And start, what have we got down there? The tomatoes will be very quick. The tomatoes we can do, just cut the end off and then quarter them. We need one of the buckets. I do it because I'm sorry. People need to eat. And I was once this close to needing a facility like this. And unfortunately, they didn't have one. But I had 2 children. I managed and I struggled. And it's my way of just, I'm doing much better now, obviously. I have great-grandchildren and everything. But, oh, I'm sorry. It's so important.
We give them a different soup, 2 different soups every night. This week, they'll be having a sauerkraut with pork. We've got the turkey rice this week. This is just one day. We still have another day in the kitchen. So she produced 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 pails of soup today. This is our famous scalloped potato soup. Nice and floaty and steaming hot from the kitchen. Our commercial kitchen.
What's in these big containers here?
That's our roasters. We're going to be firing them up so we can put the soup in for the night. That's what keeps them hot. There's something else they really love, I don't know if I can get this open, is hard-boiled eggs is something new they're allowed to have. And Gayleen's made a whole whack. I can't open it.
I mean, I think sometimes we have to treat animals better than we do our own fellow human beings. It just isn't fair. So I'm going to cook and feed until they lock me out of the kitchen. It's simple.
You put stuff out at night too, don't you?
Yes, we do.
Can you talk a bit about that?
What we do at night is whatever bread or we put some goodies out at night because we have a lot of homeless that a lot of people don't realize the only time you see them is out between midnight and 5 in the morning. And there's an old saying in Nanaimo, we call them night trolls because that's the only time they come out. So we make sure there's always something in the book nook for them.
And when you do the knuckles out of the pork hocks and stuff,
Missy
gets them.
You hear that? They're strictly for you. We're right on the ground now. We just did a shout out with people asking if they're moving or they're cleaning out their cupboards. We're looking for help with canned goods, pastas, meat, whatever. Because, you know, it's a community helping a community, so a few cans of beans goes a long ways in a can of, you know, in a pot of soup. And then everybody doesn't realize, but produce, the key ones we really need always is onions, carrots, celery. And with the garden soon happening, I'm hoping we get lots of help from people with that this year. Because instead of getting less people, we're starting to climb in numbers now. So we need a lot of help with produce.
So that's 12 and 1.5 this morning. That's 13.5 buckets and the 2 pans and the salad and the eggs.
You've been busy.
I'm tired.
Yes, that's where it is.
Damn it.
Okay, up.
For race, it's starting on that side or what?
Corner around the corner.
Nope. 1 week.
So you expect to be back in business tonight then?
Oh yeah, we'll serve tonight. Maybe under the small tent, so be it, but we'll be serving. We haven't missed a night since this all started with City. And we're still holding at 160 a night.
That's remarkable.
Yeah, and it's not going to drop now, it's going to get more. As we have people now asking what time they can come with their kids to eat. That's telling me something's going on. We've had 5 emails in the last few days. And like I said, they can come anytime they want with their kids to eat. It's a free meal program for everybody.
My name is Bill Kerrigan. I'm from Port Alberni. I was last year working in Tent City as a safety, and now I live here in Nanaimo. I'm currently at the Stone Soup, which is a soup kitchen that is here. It's very critical to this community. Well, this place here, it saved my life. I came here for my Last Supper. I decided that I was going to take myself out of the picture. I sat down, had a bowl of soup, and Doug, the guy that's here, him and his wife, they've been running this place now for a year and a bit. Doug looked over at me and he told me to smarten up. In more or less many words, he recognized some of the things that were happening in me because he's been there, as well as the fact that we come from a similar background. And well, it's a year later, I'm still alive. I've been through hell, and I still want to stay alive.
My name is John. I happen to live very close by, so I've got a vested interest in what goes on in my own backyard.
So how do you feel about what is happening here in the backyard of Stone Soup in the neighborhood?
I've seen, so far, nothing but positive. I mean, this particular lane used to be kind of a gathering point for a little less reputable people. Then 7-Eleven was built a number of years ago. It shut down, so it's really quiet again. And Stone Soup has given those people a place to go, socialize, and get fed. And it's really quiet. Everything's really peaceful and organized.
So I'm Norman Abbey. I just live across the lane here at 135 Victoria Road. And that's my back garage there. You can get a shot of that later. The wisteria on it. This is why this is called Wisteria Lane. It's living here for, let's see, about 12, 15 years, something like that. Bought the place. Love the neighborhood, love the city. And I believe I met Doug and Tanya. This was before Stone Soup. It was the Wisteria Lane Community Association, which is ongoing. Stone Soup, this food kitchen, is the latest project, and I've been watching the history of that unfold. Interesting story. Starting with the story of Stone Soup itself, I Googled for that last week, and it's a folk tale. I guess you know it quite well. It's in pretty well every culture in the world. And the theme is about what happens when people cooperate and collaborate. Magic happens. And Stone Soup is a living example of that kind of collaboration. And so, as a neighbor, I'm impressed. As a Canadian citizen, I'm also impressed.